Uh, uh, excuse me? Oh, I knew it was you. Hi. Hi. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in years. How have you been? That's, that's great. I'm actually headed to the park. I wanted to grab some coffee on the way. Do you want to join me? Well, if you're free, of course. Yeah, I'd love to just chat with you for a bit. Okay, let's go. So, how's life been treating you? I haven't seen you in like 3 years, so I bet a lot has happened. You're finished with college now, right? Yeah. Yeah, I remember you telling me that you picked a really tough school. I hope it wasn't too crazy, though. Hmm. You went abroad for a semester. That's really cool. How was it? Hmm. Yeah. Oh, I can imagine. I've always wanted to do that. So, what are you gonna do now? Do you know? No idea. Well, that's okay. I mean, I have so many things I want to do, but when someone asks me like about my dream job or something, I just don't have an answer. Huh? Oh, I dropped out. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. Me, the straight A's girl, drop out. Well, I really wanted the college experience, but I don't think it's the right choice for me. Well, when we were in high school, I completely wore myself out. I mean, you know I'm an all or nothing person. I constantly overwork myself. I would not stop studying. I was so worried of failing a test, a class or something, that I couldn't see anything else. And then we graduated, and it was like a wake-up call, but it came up a bit too late. Like, I looked back and I realized I missed out on a lot. I missed out on a lot of things that I would never get another chance to experience. Honestly, I was really mad at myself for that, but it's obviously not my fault at all. I mean, what can you actually know about life when you're like 16, 17, right? Yeah, so when the first few months of uni passed by, I realized I was falling back into my old ways. And that scared the shit out of me. I didn't want to become that person again. You know, that worn out shell of a human being who only went through life, only went through the motions and never actually experienced anything. I also didn't want to sacrifice my mental health for a few grades that no one would care about in a few years anyway. So I dropped out. Thank you. Well, I feel like it was a pretty good decision. Well, that was deep. Sorry, I didn't mean to go down that road. Well, anyway, it seems like your college experience was pretty awesome, so that's great. How are other things in your life? Has anything exciting happened since we last saw each other? Oh, you did? You founded a literature club? That's amazing. Wow, I'm really impressed. So I take it as you do still write, then. You do. That's good. Yeah. Well, I was always blown away by your writing. I didn't get to see much of it since you didn't share it a lot, but what I read and heard was really, really good. Come on, I've told you that multiple times. You write in completely different ways than I do, but it's incredibly captivating. Can I ask, what do you write about these days? Too personal. Got it. No, that's okay. I mean, writing is always personal, isn't it? Well, I know you don't always like to share things like that with everyone. I was never one of those people you actually shared things with, but I guess that's because we were never particularly close. It's really interesting, though. I mean, you've never been friends or lovers or anything, really. Maybe just, like, classmates. Yet we've still done things for one another. Like, you've done things for me that nobody else has. What do I mean? Well, do you remember that one time in class when I got really anxious and frustrated and I stormed out of the room? Well, just before I ran out the door, I heard a girl who was a friend of mine at the time say some shit about me. Like, she didn't understand why I was freaking out like that all the time. And it really broke my heart because she was one of the very few people who actually knew what was going on. Like, I trusted her. I told her that I struggled with anxiety and I had panic attacks, and so she knew. But she still said all that. And then someone told me that when she said all those things, everyone went quiet and you told her to shut up because the reason I was mad was none of her business. And I completely froze. You had no idea what was happening to me. I mean, it must have been just as confusing for you as for anybody else in the room, but you stood up for me. She knew what was happening to me, and she talked shit about me, and you had no idea, and you were the one defending me. I cannot find words to express what it meant to me back then, and what it still means to me now. I never got to thank you for that. You're a really great person. A lot of people in high school told me otherwise. They said that you only put on some sort of facade or some shit, I don't know. So, at first, I kept my distance from you because I didn't know you. I didn't know you, and I thought they did, so I believed them. But after a while, I knew none of the stuff they said was true. How? Well, because if it was, you never would have done all those things for me. So... I'm sorry. Am I talking too much? Maybe a little, yeah. I've just really wanted to tell you these things since high school, basically. What are you... What is that? Why are you carrying my letter in your wallet? I spent a lot of time wondering what you did with the letter after I gave it to you. But I thought you'd keep it in a shoebox with a pile of old notebooks or something like that, and then maybe you'd find it one day when sorting through things, and you'd think of me for a second. That would honestly be more than I could ever even hope for. But now you're walking around with my confession in the pocket of your jeans, and I'm not really sure I understand that. What are you trying to say? What does that mean? Are you telling me that you have feelings for me? Like, now? I don't know. I don't know if I can say yes to you now. Well, I guess in the back of my mind, I always kind of kept some space for you in case this happened, but I don't know if I can do that. Oh my God, what am I saying? I would say yes to you any fucking day. I would, and I think we both know that, right? I don't think you can imagine how many nights I couldn't sleep through because I kept dreaming about this. I'm sorry, I'm just really finding it hard to process what's going on. Can we just stay here for a bit? Me in your arms and your head on my shoulder. That's all I ever wanted. I don't want anything else.